not gonna talk when I get up.
Running around, dude.
Dude, it happens every podcast. You guys just wouldn't know.
What do you mean?
Are we recording?
Yeah.
We are? Oh my fucking
Yes,
god.
I've had my stuff
Greetings
running.
and welcome to the podcast. I'm here with Brad and Colin for Video Game Book Club. The rules are simple. One person picks a game, and you gotta beat that game in a month. Then you get to pick the next game for everyone to play once your month comes around. If you don't beat it, we yell at you. This month was Brad. Brad, what'd you pick?
This month was Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars, from the acclaimed developer, Yoko Taro. Well, not developer, but writer, whatever, Yoko Taro. His foray into a more traditional RPG game compared to, say, like, Nier,
Shittengard.
Drakengard, Shittengard. Dude, the first one, yeah. Already talking shit about Drakengard.
Where do we start, dude?
Story.
We're starting with story?
We do start with story now because we always bleed into gameplay after we do the story, so we decided to do story.
Story is fine.
Streamlined. That's
yeah. It was
way of putting it.
yeah, definitely, especially if you compare it to the past games that Yoko has done. This is very much traditional. There's no ending A, B, C.
There's a lot of humor, more than you'd think there'd be.
Yeah, the humor, the writing was really, really solid, I think.
The game actually did get me to like chuckle a few times.
This game has a narrator, and this narrator's fire.
I disagree. The narrator
Really?
is mid because he reads
Ooh.
everything monotoned. And it gets old after 10 hours because he has no emotion.
Inflection.
He could have more emotion.
There's times like it was earlier in the game, I can't remember the exact instance, but they basically make a purposely flubs a pronunciation of a certain character's name, and it's little jokes like that that kind of carry the writing throughout the whole game.
He's good.
If you like dry humor, the narrator will provide it for you.
Also, this game is literally Full Metal Alchemist.
Explain.
Trying to.
Oh no, my fucking partner that's actually my sibling was transformed into something that's not human. I have to save them. It is literally Full Metal Alchemist.
A lot of that similarity, yeah, but at least like this is more of a tragic story because the twins had no say on what happened to them. Like they were just experiments by the Ivory.
I mean,
Orders, you know,
Full Metal Alchemist is pretty tragic too. They're trying to save their dead mother.
But the whole point of that is like they knew that human alchemy was taboo, forbidden. Like you don't do that no matter what.
Sure.
But there's the similarity is still there enough to where you can compare them. I'd say.
I'm trying to. I don't know. The story's just kind of like whatever. I feel like all the interesting things about this game are not the story.
I did one side quest. It was bringing a man from one town to another. I don't know if there was more side quests.
Dude. I denied that, dude.
You're a dick.
That was just role playing as a hero, dude. In that point in time.
That
worried
guy
about money,
sucks.
dude.
Yeah, let's talk about the hero and the illusion of choice.
The self-proclaimed hero.
One of the worst characters I've ever seen.
You get dialogue options in this game, and he follows none of them ever, not once.
Honestly, in the beginning, when it tells you to seek out a party to to kill the dragon, get the reward when you're in the castle. I thought it was gonna be, yeah, exactly. Like there was the illusion of choice because I thought you could say no to whoever, or you try to join those like Winifred and the party of three. But no matter what, you can't join them, and no matter what, you get Melanie, even if you tell her to piss off.
Yeah, the game will all too often give you like 3 choices and then narrow it down to one. It's like, okay, go find the dragon ask about the order or learn more about the town. And then you're like, okay, well, I want to ask about the order. And then the narrator goes, yeah, you should really learn about the town first. And then you're learning about the town whether you want to or not.
I sort of like that though, because it is like D&D, because you're just playing like this guy's game, and he's just kind of fucking. Because you can do that in D&D, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, that's dumb, so we're doing this."
Which makes sense, but I don't know. When me and the homies play D&D, there's a freedom allotted to the characters, and if there is no freedom allotted to the characters, don't give me fake choices.
Well,
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
of
but
that.
that's how it. That's I mean, because it's like a Japanese twist, and Japanese games are a lot more linear than like with the West, which D&D is like a Western thing. I feel like it's definitely a blend of like D&D, but in a Japanese like shell.
And honestly, the writing kind of made up for it because there's that certain point in time where you can reject Ridis's offer to join your party. And first off, Melanie kind of stops you and says, "Yeah, no, you can join." But the thing it said, "Your well-reasoned argument of no was countered," and you just sulk in the corner or something like that. Like the game's legitimately funny sometimes.
Yeah, shout out to Ridis's mom. She was there for 3 seconds and then she burned to death. That was cool.
She doesn't die, does she?
She's never seen of again, and her house burned down with her in it.
I think you go back there for something. Maybe it's a card or something, but I think you see her again. I'm pretty sure. I don't think she's dead though. Can't 100%
Shout out to
say.
the green slime. I spent an hour and a half going to find just for the emperor of the town to eat it. That was lame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Mr. Slimy.
Did you talk to that girl after?
No,
I
dipped
did.
out of there.
So when you
what'd she say?
talk to her after when Slimy she go, well, cause what's his name?
Is it Flib Flob or whatever the fuck?
Yeah. Because you talk to her and she has a slime, and you go up and you're like, "Oh, he's alive. The fucking slime's alive." And then she goes, "Oh no, this is Mr. Bloppy." She just gets a new slime. She doesn't give a fuck.
Oh my, yeah. So,
which is funny.
All that.
pointless parts of the game are plentiful.
I don't. It's not really pointless.
I mean, it's more like flavor text, which I guess you could say is pointless, but
Yeah, but it's like,
it adds to it in a good way.
Yeah, you need that. You can't just be like, you start the game, you go to the end of the game and kill the dragon. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be pointless. It'd be 20 minutes long. Need that character development.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetics. The card aesthetics were sick, even though not knowing anything about the game beforehand, I got ramshackled. I got bamboozled, thinking that it was like a deck building card game. It is not. It is a RPG.
Yeah, no, I like the presentation is amazing.
Yeah.
Like this one, I remember I wrote this down in my notes. A guy dies and his card rips in half, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the first death you see.
And then, every inn is free, but for a different reason, which is hilarious.
The first one, they thought that you were the son or the owner of the inn's son or something.
It's amazing.
You can stay for free.
Every inn you go to, there's just a different reason. It was really good. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I was waiting for an inn to charge me money, and they never did, not once.
Love the do flute. Great.
Ridis is my favorite character. She's a fucking bumbling idiot, but the most valuable party member in my opinion.
Also, the name of the game is The Voice of Cards is a game about cards with voices.
One voice, be specific. So.
Yeah, they did a lot with the card aesthetic, having the cards flip over when you reveal the map. A lot of the attacks like make sense for what they're doing in card form. Good shit.
Oh yeah, Colin, why'd you take the hero out of your party?
Because he's a terrible character. All he does is bitch.
Yeah, he sucks.
Even if he was the strongest, I still might have quick released his ass out of the party. I'm not having some guy, one of the worst protagonists ever.
Dude, he's the dick with the heart of gold. Like in the end, he's still.
Of gold,
what's his heart of gold? For Mar?
Well, yeah, he's doing it all for his sister. That's
He doesn't even know it's his sister till like the end of the game. He just loves this weird fucking beast for some reason.
well, that's a weird. Yeah, that's a weird plot hole right there. They never really explain why.
It's like
Uh,
subconsciously. I'm trying to think what, and he's just like a dick, and it's like, what's his one heart of gold moment? When Mara gets poisoned. Like
He's a little upset.
other than that, and then he just goes straight back to being a dick. Just like, yeah, you can't come because I want all the money, which is basically comes down to everything. You can't come on the adventure because I want money.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he does back down whenever Melanie challenges. He
Well,
still
yeah,
goes
because
with it when
cause,
he could just say no.
well, because
I mean,
that's even worse. Not only is he an asshole, he's a pussy. So he just runs around talking his mouth, and then this little wizard chick says one thing, and he fucking crumbles every time.
Simping out.
Terrible character, dude. Mar, sick character. Love Mar. All the characters are good but him, which is crazy. It's like the main character is hands down the worst. All the other ones are far more interesting.
that is kind of Yoko Taro special. Make the protagonist really, really unlikable.
What do you? 2B's
The-
great.
Aside from 2B and
Well, no, you look
Nines
at the Drakengard games.
No, those
Like,
games
for-
are bad.
You're the only
There's-
one that's willing to play those games.
Well, that's where he originally got like the whole
Did he even do anything on this game though?
actually, yeah, see, I was gonna say you kind of get baited in with his name and Keiichi Okabe, who does the music in Nier.
Yeah,
They only so
he was a writer on this and a director.
Taro, he was the creative director, but he didn't write the script, and he had like not as much input compared to like Nier and Drakengard. You know, he kind of just looked it over, added some small shit here and there, from what I can read on Wikipedia.
Well, maybe that's good because now the game's not so fucking obtuse.
And it explains why it's not
Bad.
there's not it. Okay, the Nier games aren't bad.
They weren't good until he made Automata. All those other games are objectively not good video games.
Drakengard 3 is just like a solid 3 out of 5 game.
Hold on.
Good gameplay.
You got to take the story out of all these games and just gameplay. None of the games are good till Automata, and then he didn't do the gameplay. That was fucking platinum. I'm not like good writer, cool ideas. He makes terrible games.
Oh yeah, no, I'll fully admit that the first Drakengard is a super shitty Muso game.
Why
It
are
has
we
no right
still
to be.
talking about Drakengard?
Because
Well,
Yoko Toro, dude,
He didn't do anything.
he put his name on this.
it's sort of a bait by Square Enix for Voice of Cards. I'm not gonna lie, but he did have some oversight, but not as much input as the other games he's done.
Anything else on story? I don't really.
I mean, I liked Bruno and his dad. That was fun. For art, it's like there's some questionable art in this game.
Great art.
Some characters look fucked up.
Which is great.
I
Yeah.
think the art's like the consistency is really solid.
No,
Like,
the
it's all well drawn.
The presentation's sweet. It's like you're playing a board game. It's cool.
Yeah.
They did nail that atmosphere.
It's not like anything I've ever played, like presentation wise.
True. Yeah. No. 100%. It is fully unique in that aspect.
I did like how it relied on it's like almost like reading a book. You gotta use your imagination or mind's eye or whatever to put together some scenes. I kind of like that.
I like how the true ending worked too. It wasn't too dumb to get, and it sort of made sense, which was nice.
But yeah, the only pain in the ass one was the lock door. You have to go all the way, or not pain in the ass, but one that you wouldn't think to get.
Yeah, which makes sense, but yeah, you kind of have to look that one up.
I did. I
Just
wouldn't
'cause,
have found
like-
it otherwise.
It makes sense because you're like, oh, I got that key. But at no point you're like, oh, yeah, I can use this key on a door that I saw in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you wouldn't even think to.
Gameplay.
Settings menu is dog shit. That's my
all
first note.
I will go further. All menus are dog shit.
Yeah,
I
they're
right-clicked out of stuff way too many times. Not real.
yeah. The menus just like they're not smooth or fluid.
Yeah.
They don't like the sound is like quietest, quieter, quiet, louder, loudest. Nobody wants that. Give us sliders.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even mind the options. Oh, no ultrawide support sometimes.
Sometimes.
If I played the game for 20 minutes, it would become ultrawide and higher resolution. If I closed the game and reopen it, it went back to looking like shit and not ultrawide.
Yeah, a barren
Wacky.
wasteland when it comes to options.
What else? The card peeking feature, super cool. I don't think it's used well, other than the first time you get to use it, but it's a cool feature.
It's definitely something I hope they flesh out in the Forsaken Maiden. It's more of where
Yeah.
choices have consequences. I hope they play on that more.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of the choices where you can peek, it's like the choice you want to make is pretty obvious. Like it's like one really shitty choice and one like really good choice.
Yeah.
What? Oh, the game parlor. That's Frank's forte.
Love the game parlor. It's such a simple game. It's basically like a little. It's a game you can actually play. Until like in its base form, it's a little bit like euchre. It's a little bit like rummy. It's a little bit like this and that. You know, it's really sick. I advise anybody to play the game parlor game if you want. I don't know what the actual game's called, but in the
Brad
beginning
didn't
of the
play it.
month, that's
Yeah,
a
I didn't
fucking
touch it.
travesty because you get a lot of good items.
I played it quite a bit.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the game parlor is that it doesn't progressively get like better like Gwent does in The Witcher. It's not like that. If you play the hardest mode of the first town's game parlor and then the hardest mode of the last town's game parlor, virtually the same. They don't keep adding shit.
I felt like the easy mode was kind of trash, but like the last mode was fun when they added all the mechanics and shit.
Yeah, I would like to play the last mode with less people.
Yeah.
And this brings me to one of the biggest gripes I have in the game. In the game parlor and in battle, you can't just scrub out and quit the battle and lose and game over and go back. You have to wait until everything is done. Either the round of turns in the game parlor mode or until you're literally dead in combat. You have to sit there and wait and be miserable. I don't like that. I like to be able to just quit out. I don't want to have to Alt F4. I want to be able to do it from client.
Aren't most games like that though?
No, most
Yeah, you
games you
can't-
can pause and then quit.
I mean, yeah, you can close the game and reload a save,
No.
but to actually restart within, you have to lose.
No. You can quit in the game. It's hidden in a menu.
I couldn't even get the menu going when I was in combat.
Oh, you might not be able to do it in combat, but you can add like because I was looking for like where the quit button was, and it's hidden in some random menu in the escape button.
Oh, well, I didn't even know there was a quit button in the
Oh.
game. I would always save and then dip out.
Oh, autosave feature, horrible. Does not work how it should.
Intentionally horrible, I feel.
Yeah.
Is where that is. Speaking of terrible autosave feature, the volcano can suck my dick. Fuck the volcano.
Yeah,
It is
I wrote down, fuck the turtles in Volcano.
Yep.
Worst enemy in the game.
Terrible meat grinder of a padding part of the game, dude. It is just enemy after fucking tanky ass bullshit, super fire damage enemy, dude, for an hour.
At least retreating or running away is really easy. Like I never once have I been over I never had to roll over 4 once. It was always between 2 or 4 to get away.
Yeah, I think in the
And
Mausoleum they only start giving you 7s, but yeah, it's pretty easy to run away. I was just
Yeah.
what is
too
nice,
dumb to do that at first.
yeah, because like honestly, the combat overall was aside from the final boss where I game overed once was pretty easy. The
I
game
like the
didn't really have
combat
any different.
system. I think the
I
gem
do
thing
as
is
well.
cool. The gem thing is a unique twist on like an action bar. It adds like another level of strategy to like the turn-based.
Yeah, this is also a combat system that I could see myself playing in real life. Like if there was a Voice of Cards board game, I wouldn't do it for like the I wouldn't have a bunch of cards laid out for the landscape, but I would definitely have like a battle system with the balls.
Yeah, you could
And
translate it to a board game pretty easy, I feel.
yeah, which is how I felt about Inscription because that's like an actual like just card game. I
Oh,
would like to play
I wrote
Inscription as a
level
board
up
game.
sound is bad. Yeah, the level up sound is terrible,
Yep.
which makes no sense. Usually like the level up music is sick in like JRPGs. It's really bad in this game for some reason.
Huh, never really paid it much attention, I guess.
Yeah, it's like it's a cell phone from 2003. Very strange. Very
Uh,
strange.
Jump feature is awesome. I like being able to jump halfway across the map and not have to deal with random encounters.
Yeah, it's like a pseudo fast travel in a way. It's cool. It's nice
It's a
not
good
having
way
to
of
walk.
yeah, it's a good reward for clearing out the map and whatnot, or exploring.
Yeah, you actually get something for like exploring instead of having to like walk all the way back there if you ever wanted to, which is nice.
Don't gotta deal with the SNES random encounter rates that this game
I
has.
this game does this game does have high encounter rates, which was a
Yep.
little annoying.
Hiding all the best gear in the game in the final level of the game is a double-edged sword. A, I do like getting all of it, but B, I don't like having to get all of it. Because nobody wants to chill in the mausoleum.
So
Let's
that's
be
not all.
honest.
There is other high level gear.
There. All right. Well, I was mistaken then because I got all my best gear from the mausoleum.
Some of it. Well, because
There's
you didn't have Radis's legendary bow. Because every character has legendary armor and legendary weapon.
I thought I got her. Oh, maybe I didn't get her bow. I know I got the staff and the claws.
Yeah, the
Maybe I
staff, the
didn't get the bow.
claws, and the armor. I think are all that are in the mausoleum.
yeah, because there's to get the for the hero, the holy mail or whatever. There's a fight that you have to do. It's a side quest that where you go back when you're traveling from the volcano island back or the island of blight or whatever back to the fisherman area. There's a knight that's just chilling south or on the south side of that map that you have to beat for a legendary piece.
Huge shout out to not being able to save between the 17 encounters in the last room. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Love it when games do that. How you have to get to the final stage of something and then do all of the weak ass stages beforehand. Not only that, you have to wait for 28,000 cards to flip and then a dialogue options that you can't skip through effectively. You have to mash through this game. There's no skip a cutscene you've already seen before button. So that's sick.
Because they're not really cutscenes. They're more. I guess they are,
Yeah.
but not really. It's weird.
It's more like listen to the narrator read the text in front of you scenes. Music is sick. We'll move on to sound design unless you guys got anything else to say about gameplay.
Oh, just the autosave thing. The freaking That's the only reason I died is because the autosave feature was fucked. Like in the mausoleum, where you fight those like I guess they're like mini bosses in a way.
Yeah, the statues.
You'd think when you kill one, it would autosave, but instead I got fucked going to the next room, and then one just flies at me,
Yeah.
which is dumb. It's like,
Yeah.
why even have autosave if it's not? It's just random. Like I still don't even understand how it works.
Yeah, you gotta take it upon yourself to just constantly save.
Yeah, so you just sit there and save scum.
Oh, when you open up a game that from your last session, it will open up your actual save instead of the autosave, regardless if the autosave is hours ahead of your other save. That scared the shit out of me. Um, so shout out to that. But yeah, music's sick right up until it's not.
Yeah, so the music's fucked in this game because it's not bad. It's good. There's only like 4 tracks though.
So yeah, that's like the overworld themes were until you get to the volcano, you know when the vocals kick in at first, when you first get I think it's when you first go to the volcano to fight the dragon.
Yeah.
It just sets a whole completely different tone and mood and quality of the music, I think. Because the
Yeah.
overworld and stuff is all right. It's serviceable. Does the job.
Yeah, because if
But
you're gonna
yeah,
make a player listen to the same like piano riff, while good, it is a really good riff, but it's only 30 seconds long. So you can only hear for so long before your brain starts to melt.
And like when
are you
you
talking about
beat
the
the
battle
chap,
theme?
well, dude, when you beat the chapter and it just plays that same song over and over again.
Yep.
No, I couldn't get enough of that song, so I'm a
I
little biased.
I I don't know. I can get enough of any song. Cuz it's fine, but it's just like every time.
I mean, they could have done some more. They could have definitely added, I don't know, different touches like they did with the ending credit song, which is not a remix, but they add more vocal parts, different. Uh,
It could have just been more
what's the
variety
word?
too, you know? Like there just wasn't enough variety. It was like sad music for sad scene, hype music for hype. It's just like okay. Like they could add character themes, and there just could have been a lot more. It's not terrible, but yeah, it's not. It definitely isn't even close to like near at all.
No, because Nier's music was systemic, and this music is it's for it's set placing music, but the baseline of what's happening in the game isn't always like what the piano riff is saying, you know? It's not always somber. Sometimes when you're walking like through the wilderness, you don't want the somber piano riff. Maybe you
Yeah.
want a trumpet, you know? And then it plays while it's in the pause menu. Like you couldn't give the pause menu a different fucking piano riff.
You're asking a lot.
And like say you tab out. Like that music still plays. It's not one of those games that stops all of the sounds when you have it tabbed out. Like it'll stay.
I think you can turn that off, but I'm not. I mean, again, settings menu is kind of shitty, so who knows?
Settings sucks. Oh, carryover. I should have said this in gameplay. If I'm selling shit, let me sell everything, or at least like tab pick what I want to sell and then click one button, not just mash through everything for each individual item. Like if you have multiples of the same item, you have to sell them one by one, even though you can buy multiples of the same item in the store. Aggravating.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, I
like
do like the music.
the apothecary and the like they're being like you can buy potions here and other items here. It's like why can't I just buy them all at the one place?
Yeah.
It's the little things, dude.
Yeah, it really leans into isn't the right word, but it kept a lot of the old JRPG stuff that got ironed out in the modern era. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like the encounter rate and shit.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one for
I,
me. Like, it's immediately I'm like, oh, this is like a SNES era RPG with these encounter rates.
yeah, and the classic, oh, you lost against the final boss, gotta restart from phase one. There is no just
Dude,
reset button.
That fucking sucks.
Shit, even Bad and Kaito's had a rematch function.
How about this? Make me fight the whole boss again, right? But don't make me enter the room and press my left mouse button 40 times to go through the scene.
Well,
And then watch everything flip over. Like, why?
as a one final boss trier, wasn't really an issue. So
Yeah, understandable.
Can't believe I died on that, dude. So close to 0 game overs.
I died a lot on Vince too. I died a lot in the volcano for that final thing because I couldn't get a good health pool going beforehand.
how'd you feel about the game length? I felt like it was like perfect, where it wasn't too long or too short.
I agree with that. I think it could have been longer in some places and shorter in others.
Right. It's like by the time I got to the end, I was like, I'm ready for it to be over, and it's over. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It lined up perfectly.
Yeah, because if it ended at the volcano, I would have said it was too short, and if it was longer than the mausoleum, I would have said it was too long. So yeah, definitely a decent length.
Plus, if it ended at the volcano, it's like that would
It doesn't
suck
wrap
too.
up nicely then.
Not even that. It's like it's really gonna end on the shittiest part of the game. It's like
Yeah.
because that's by far the worst level. It just sucks.
Yeah.
So many levels to descend. Or floors.
And then you gotta run out of it, which is just annoying.
Yeah, that part I don't know. It was
a cool
it just felt like
mechanic.
filler.
Yeah, I liked that it was like instead of a timer as you would get in like a traditional game, it was like how many moves on the board, which is cool
yeah.
because it plays more into like the board game aspect of it.
That part scared me a little. I'm not gonna lie.
I was running low on moves too. I got to like 20 or something. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, if I have to redo all this, I'm gonna be a little mad.
Especially because I think you can save before it, but that wouldn't help with the annoyance. Having to
Yeah.
restart the whole thing.
Because they do
No.
hit you with one of those. You better save because you can't save. Can't open the menu.
Opinions on the game.
It's good, even though I talk shit about it this whole time.
Same.
I did like the
Yeah.
game, and I do want to play the sequel. I think it's a cool concept.
Yeah, once I dropped, because I mean, I'm a huge Yoko Taro fanboy, basically. Once I dropped, like, assumptions about the game and what to expect, it was really solid.
Does the
So,
true
you know-
ending allow you to fight the Holy Trinity?
Not that
No,
I
you-
know of.
That is a huge disappointment for me.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I
I
liked.
was waiting for the comeuppance, dude. I wanted to fucking...
I
Those
did,
guys suck.
but I liked that they sucked. Like these are the heroes, and it's like, oh, they're just assholes. I'm like, this is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of a
I like
twist.
that. I just wanted to fight them. You know, that's all I really.
Well, you
wanted.
do get to fight them. They fucking destroy
Well-
you, but
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're still just a jobber, dude.
Yeah, good length, solid aesthetic. Music is good for a time. I hate the fact that there's fake choices. Yeah, that's about it.
see, I
It could be-
expected fake
it's minor
choices
thing.
just because it's like, well, it's a JRPG, so I'm like, there ain't gonna be no fucking choices.
Yeah. I'm just sick of the facade. That's basically what I'm. It's like, if you're gonna give me 3 choices, don't narrow it down to one yourself. Just give me the one choice.
Well, at least I mean the ending's a real choice.
that is true.
Not that that's the real ending, but it is a choice, which is cool.
Okay, no, I take it back. Never mind, because you're right. Because there is one true ending, but the game will end on a not true ending, kind of like the fuck is it called? Travis Touchdown. No More Heroes.
Oh yeah. It's like I hate that and I like that. Like I like that you can, because I did it in Cyberpunk where I shot myself in the head. Like you can end the game
yeah.
and get credits that way, but I also
You're
think it's
missing
like,
out then.
yeah, it's just kind of I do like when the game's like, no, fuck you, get the ending we want you to get.
Yeah, like Crosscode. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fucked up too. Where you have
It,
to.
it, Crosscode. This game I can handle not getting the real ending. If you don't get the real ending in Crosscode, it makes you miserable.
Well, and what I like about the real ending in this game too is that it's obvious. It's like, oh, get those secret cards that you collect from literally like the start of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
It's pretty obvious those do something. Crosscode, it's like, yeah, go to this random part of town and talk to this one guy who tells you some obscure sentence that lets you just be like, oh, at the end of the game, which is
Yeah.
dumb.
It's like Fire Emblem missing characters, at least in like the older ones, like Path of Radiance or something.
Yeah, I hate when
So,
true endings are locked behind like really dumb, arbitrary, and hard fucking things. It's like, come on. Like the real ending should not be difficult, you know?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Yeast is like that in a couple.
Yeah, a lot of
Where
games
you
are like
gotta-
that. It's just like collect all this bullshit to get the real ending. It's like, really? It's like, is this the real ending then? Because no one's gonna see it. Everyone's just gonna look this shit up.
Yeah, imagine if in GTA San Andreas you couldn't get the real ending unless you got all the clams.
Yeah, it's like who the fuck's doing it? The one kid who did it. And it's like, oh, I got the real ending. It's like, yeah, I looked it on fucking YouTube, you idiot.
Basically, Drakengard 1.
Okay, dude, we're done with the We're not playing Drakengard. At least I fucking hope not.
We can't, dude. He played it too recently. It
Yeah.
can't be a book
Thank
club game.
Christ. Oh my
Fine,
God.
fine.
If you pick
Like,
Drakengard, I'm saving Superman 64, dude. Watch me. Fucking watch me.
That's fucking Matt. That's
even
mature
worse.
Destruction right there, dude.
I'll go insane if I have to play that.
What do you rate it, Frank?
3.
3.
It can be better. It could have been way worse. I'm sick of turn-based strategy games.
I give it a 3.5. I think it's better than average. There was just a lot of like small things that annoyed me, but it's a good like start of a series. I think. Brad's gonna give it some obscene score.
What? No. I'm stuck between 3 or 3.5 because it's definitely a solid romp through a fucking RPG world that doesn't overstay its welcome. The gameplay, it gets the job done. It's nothing fucking groundbreaking. Story, exact same. It's interesting enough to where you want to play through. At least I wanted to play through all of it.
Yeah, that's
and get the true ending.
That's basically my half a point. Is like the game's unique enough where it's like I think it's worth playing, and I haven't played anything like it before, so it's like I'll give it that. Where it's super unique for sure.
Yeah, and the overall aesthetic, just absolutely gorgeous. Like
Yeah,
all the
it doesn't
art in
doesn't
there.
look like anything else for sure.
So yeah, like 3.5. I just fluctuate between those two ratings, honestly.
It's not bad. It's almost
This is the
bug
closest
fables.
we've
dude.
ever been
To what?
to having the same score for a game.
That is true. We've basically all came to the same conclusion. Decent game.
Yeah.
Now,
So y'all should play it.
now, Frank can't say you picked a shitty game for once. Although he gave Fallout a 3, which was bullshit.
Fallout, I judged on a curve
What? A demented curve?
of this game's an antique curve.
That's no. Well, it's an excuse. It gives it 1 point, maybe,
Yeah, so without it, it's a 2, which I think is fair.
which is still higher than Bug Fables.
But Bug Fables fucking suck.
No,
Are we
it
gonna do this
doesn't.
every podcast?
Frank, that's
Bug
the worst
Fables
opinion
is
you have,
garbage.
dude.
We're gonna have to revisit that game at some point.
I'm not
You will.
revisiting it.
Well, when Bug Fables 2 comes out.
Oh my
You know
god.
we're playing that, dude. Moonsprout Games needs to hurry the hell up.
Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna make Brad play a fucking sports game.
You can't
How
beat
the-
a
how the
sports
hell
game.
would that
No,
work?
no, we already went over this. You cannot beat a fucking sports game.
So, I will find a sports game with a story, dude. I'll find it. There's
No.
gotta be a sports game with
Frank,
a
I don't
story.
get how you can trudge through Recore and fucking not like Bug.
I didn't
Fables.
like
I don't-
Recore either.
I forgot about Recore.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Fair enough.
fuck, dude. The
That was
memories.
dark times.
It sucked. Yeah, no, I made a mistake. That is the only game I've ever picked where I thought it was good and it ended up sucking.
Don't worry, dude. We'll get Paper Mario Paper Mario into you one of these times.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
until then, we're playing Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Isn't that a sequel?
No, Old Blood is a prequel.
Wait, but that's
Woo!
the second one, right?
It is the second one, but the Old Blood is a prequel. It goes over what happened in other games.
Well, that is his game. A
It'd be
shitty
nice to play a
Bethesda
shooter.
game, dude. I'm just kidding. It'll be fine. It might be a little too spooky for me.
Is that the one where you start in a wheelchair? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, that is
It's
God.
Wolfenstein, but I can't.
That one's like old, I think. Well, not old, but like sort of old.
What's that
Like
game that's
2010?
like Dark Souls that you start in a wheelchair? The Surge.
Oh no, it's not that. It was a Wolfenstein game where you start in a wheelchair.
No, I don't know then.
I
But
can't
Wolfenstein: The
care.
New Order. Yeah.
Oh, because maybe it's Wolfenstein 2009. Isn't that the first one, though?
The first one was from the '90s, I thought. If
No,
you
no,
want to
no,
really
because
go
there's
way back.
Wolfenstein
There's a
2009.
there's a reboot and I don't know when it was made, but it's called The Old Blood, and that's like a it's like a leading up to the new story.
Okay, I think New Order is like its own thing then.
Yeah, which then there's the sequel to New Order is New Colossus.
Which is Wolfenstein 2, and then there's Youngblood. There's a lot of Cyberpilot. What is this shit?
Well, Youngblood is a bunch of kids that we were gonna play, and then it ended up sucking. You remember that? Because it was a
Oh,
co-op
yeah.
Wolfenstein game, and then it just got thrashed in the media.
Interesting.
Yeah. You want to know my backup game?
What was your backup game?
My backup game was gonna be Borderlands 3, but A, I would want to do it co-op, and that wasn't gonna happen. And B, Brad, I doubt you got that on Epic, didn't you?
No, he didn't get it. That would have been terrible. I'd rather
not?
play Wolfenstein than
Exactly.
fuck Borderlands,
so Wolfenstein:
dude.
The New
Nothing
Order
much
is.
fucking bowl of sponges, dude.
Any closing
Interesting.
statements?
People should play Drakengard.
Oh my god, peace out.
Yeah, that's it.
This Drakengard shit, dude. Propaganda.